Hey guys, Metal Driver here bringing you another AEW Unrivaled review. Today I'll be looking at the ringside exclusive TNT champion, Cody Rhodes. So looking at the front of the box, you see this beautiful packaging with the windows showing Cody Rhodes holding up the TNT championship belt with this really cool double or nothing backdrop, and we even see some fireworks here in the front. Then here on the side, we see this really cool image of Cody Rhodes. Get this nice holographic looking purple all throughout the box. On the back, you see an entrance stage with the back of the figure. Then on the other side, you see the other accessories that come with the figure. So this is a really cool packaging design. I really like how it looks. In my opinion, one of the best looking exclusive boxes that we have seen in a while, but that's just my opinion. But enough gushing over the box. Let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Cody Rhodes. Alright, and here we have Cody Rhodes out of the packaging, and it took a little longer to take him out than expected. But before we take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and look at the accessories that he comes with. Alright, so the first accessory that I want to take a look at is the backdrop that comes out of the packaging. So this looks really cool. It's the double or nothing entrance stage. It's even got the fireworks here from Cody's entrance. So I think this was a nice touch. I like it when we get these kind of things with exclusives. So it's a nice little display piece for Cody. So you can have him standing on a shelf as so, or this would even be great for action figure photography. Alright, then looking at the other accessories that he comes with two extra interchangeable head sculpts, which we have seen before. Two fisted hands, both of which are painted in flesh toned, which is kind of weird because Cody's right hand is taped up, yet his fist is not, so that's a bit of a mistake there, so that's annoying. Then he also comes with the TNT Championship belt, which aside from the backdrop, in my opinion, this is the best accessory from the set. This is really nice. This is the first version of the TNT Championship belt, so it's in silver. So this is really nice. I'm pretty sure eventually we'll get a gold version, the one that Brody Lee held, with a possible Brody Lee figure. And then obviously we'll eventually also get the black version of the TNT Championship, which currently Darby Allin holds. So this is nice. I like this detail on this belt. Really shiny. It's got this nice silver deco here. It's really detailed on the plates. The lettering looks good, all the designs look good, pretty accurate to how the belt looked, and it's got this really cool red strap, so really nice. I think this came out really well, so it's really nice to have another championship belt in the Unrivaled line. Then he also comes with a t-shirt that says the American Nightmare. It's got a really cool design, the print looks really good, it's got Velcro on the back. So I'll go ahead and put this on the figure at the end of the video so you can see how that looks. Then as I mentioned before, he does come with interchangeable head sculpts. The first one is a serious look, which we have seen before with Series 1 Cody. The second one has a angry, screaming face, which we saw with the exclusive Blood Brothers 2-pack. Both head sculpts are painted really well. The eyes look good, so do the eyebrows, the lips, the hair is all well done. So these are nice, but as I said, we have seen this before, so nothing new. Then the head sculpt that comes on the figure is the smiling head sculpt. We have seen this with our Series 4 Cody Rhodes figure. That's where this head sculpt debuted. And if you watch that review, I did say that this head sculpt is kind of goofy looking, but I still love it regardless. Paint looks really good on the lips and the teeth. The eyes look good, so do the eyebrows. The hair is painted very well. It's just one solid color, but it looks good. So this turned out really nicely. And then he does have his American Nightmare tattoo on his neck. So it's nice to finally have that updated look to Cody Rhodes. Now the only other way to get a Cody with a neck tattoo is with the Series 4 Chase Cody. But in order to get your hands on that, you have to be lucky enough to get a random one from Ringside Collectibles, or possibly find one out in the wild, both of which are not easy to come by. So this is your best bet in getting the updated tattoo look for Cody Rhodes. Then looking at the rest of the body, it is the exact same body that we have seen many times with the numerous Cody Rhodes figures that we have gotten. I've kind of lost track of how many we have, probably about a dozen. He's got his dream tattoo on his pec here, painted really well. The tape on the right hand looks really good. The belt is white, and on the back, it's got Cody versus Archer, TNT Championship, AEW. Paint on the back looks really good on that belt. Then looking at the tight design, he's got a purple and silver look, which looks really good. Paint for the most part all around looks really well done, except for this part here. Looks like there's some missing paint on the silver. The lines look good though, all around. Black looks good here. This design on the leg looks really good. You get this silver and black. So overall, paint looks really good on the legs on both sides. The knees look really good as well. Nice, crisp, clean line work. Then looking at the boots, they're just standard white boots with the American Nightmare logo. Same thing on this side. Now there is a little bit of discoloration on this part of the boot here, so that's probably just mine. That is unfortunate, but it is an easy fix. Black lines look good on the front part here near the crotch. So overall, really good paint on this figure throughout. The paint on the neck tattoo looks really good. So overall, a really good looking figure. Alright then, going over the articulations, the same on all the Cody Rhodes figures. The head is on a ball joint and a hinge, so he can look that high up. He can look that far down. His head can turn side to side. And it can, actually it doesn't really tilt at all. Shoulder has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up. Can rotate all the way around. There's a bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows, which has really good range of motion, a swivel and hinge at the wrist. And then I did mention in my Series 4 review of Cody Rhodes and the other figures that this piece here by the elbow did feel a bit gummy. Now this one doesn't feel as bad, so hopefully they did improve that. So it does seem like that is the case. He has a ball joint at the upper diaphragm, which allows him to go that far back, that far forward. He can twist slightly and not really pivot. Then there is another ball joint at the waist, which allows him to crunch even further forward. You go further back, so really great range of motion. Then he can twist side to side, but ever so slightly, so that is pretty tight. There are ball joints at the hips, which allow the legs to go really far out. They can go that high up. There is a thigh cut, double jointed knees, which have really good range of motion, a cut at the top of the boot. Then the ankle has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up, which isn't too far, that far down, which is much better. Then he has really good range of motion in the ankle pivot. Alright, and here's the ringside exclusive TNT Championship Cody next to Series 1 Chris Jericho. Here he is next to Series 2 MJF. Here he is next to Darby Allin. Here he is next to Series 4 Kenny Omega. And finally, here he is next to Cody, next to Cody, next to Cody. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new ringside exclusive TNT Champion Cody? I think from an objective standpoint, this is the best Cody Rhodes figure that we have from the Unrivaled line. And personally, I would go as far to say this is my favorite Cody Rhodes figure that we do have. Now, I know there are a ton of different Codys to pick from, but if you have to pick just one out of the 15, 20, 30 different Cody Rhodes out there, I think this is the one to get. You get the most accessories out of all the other Cody Rhodes figures. You have a really cool tight design. You get this really nice backdrop here. He's got his updated neck tattoo, which again, as I mentioned, in order to get another figure with that neck tattoo, you'd have to get the Chase Series 4, and good luck trying to hunt that down. And then of course, the best accessory that this figure comes with is the first version of the TNT Championship belt, which if I'm gonna be honest, this is probably the only time we're gonna get this version of the belt, because I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get a Brody Lee with version 2 eventually, and of course, the third version of the belt will eventually be released as well. So I think this is a fantastic set, is one you definitely want to add to your Unrivaled collection. Personally, I think you'd be foolish not to pick this up. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you can see more AEW Unrivaled reviews. Follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.